Round number one. Tonight's Bellator Fight Clock is sponsored by Dungeon Siege 3, born from legend to unite a legion.
Wow, nice kick. Tony Johnson going in for the takedown. Wrestled at Iowa State. Guys like Dan Gable, Cale Sanderson, they wrestled there, an outstanding program.
Derrick Lewis is in the red trunks. Tony Johnson Jr. is in the black trunks. Jorge Alonso is the referee.
I think we've set the pattern here. Derrick wants to strike. Tony Johnson wants the takedown.
This fight is under the unified rules of MMA, so elbows to the head are allowed, both standing and on the ground. Aside from wrestling at Iowa State at the NCAA Division I level, Johnson also played football there. He was a fullback.
Oh, nice jab.
A very, very rare two-sport NCAA Division I athlete, Jimmy.
And you see that wrestling there. Good lift and takedown.
Big slam from Tony Johnson Jr.
Now, Derrick was doing well on the feet, but here's where Johnson's going to have the advantage. He's a much bigger heavyweight. Walks around at 290 pounds. Actually has to cut to make 265 and a half. He weighed in naked.
3 years ago, when Tony Johnson Jr. started his MMA training, he weighed 370 pounds.
Oh, he's in great position now, using that weight, but wow, Lewis able to pop back to his feet, but man, Johnson just tight with that waist cinch.
Lewis is agile, also a college football player, played at the JUCO level for Kilgore College in Texas. He was a defensive end. Lewis is a big man. He walks at 255 pounds. He said he lost 8 pounds just training without trying. He was training for five-minute rounds.
Needs work on his ground positioning, though. Johnson putting a lot of weight on him.
Lewis has only been training MMA for 18 months. He said he doesn't want to, quote, fight lazy. He said he wants an all-action fight.
You see that inexperience here, easy to pass his guard.
Johnson, the former Division I college wrestler at Iowa State, now inside control. Warning from referee Jorge Alonso to Tony Johnson Jr., punches to the back of the head. Lewis just trying to hold on from the bottom. See Johnson using the wrestler's trick there, the forearm to the face to get space.
Now going with those short elbows, short forearms.
Johnson trying to step over, stepped right in the half guard. Open half guard held by Lewis.
You see Lewis didn't even hold half guard. Stepped right in between his legs and stepped out again. It's that inexperience on the ground. It takes a lot longer than 18 months to get proficient in jiu-jitsu.
Side control still held by Tony Johnson Jr. Johnson Jr. called this the biggest fight of his career. He badly wants to be in Bellator's next heavyweight tournament, set to begin in September in season number 5.
See, Lewis not really knowing how to escape. He's hanging on, trying not to get hit, but his escape's a little questionable, but naturally athletic. He's popping up, but not the right technique behind it.
Lewis popping up, both knees, one knee trying to sit through, but on his back. Lewis now fishing for a Kimura. Johnson Jr. doesn't seem bothered.
Well, Derrick doesn't have full guard, doesn't really have the leverage to use it properly.
Johnson showing that excellent body positioning that you would expect from someone of his wrestling pedigree. Waist cinch now held by Tony Johnson Jr. That takedown almost looked too easy. Lewis, I think, just lost his balance trying to turn.
He did.
Nice short, sharp elbow there by Johnson Jr.
But Johnson not going for any submissions. He's good at holding position. Now looks like he's going for the Americana.
Lost the wrist control there.
Yeah, Lewis able to turn out of it.
Look at the agility, though, of Johnson Jr. Spinning around the back, now again into the waist cinch.
Now, these guys are very mobile heavyweights.
Oh, that was a clever turn, the drive, and the takedown. That was slick.
Yep, all over him when it comes to the wrestling.
Tight hands held by Tony Johnson Jr.
But not settling in with those jiu-jitsu hips, those really tight hips. Now has the full mount. What can he do with it?
Tony Johnson Jr. in full mount, letting the go with full-on ground and pound now. Lewis has given his back to escape those punches, but back to his feet.
Oh, we've seen this so much in this fight. He turns his back, stands up. Johnson just takes him down again.
Big Big slam again from Tony Johnson Jr. A bit of one-way traffic here in round one. Round number two, Jimmy, on your scorecard.
Easy 10-9, Tony Johnson Jr. He was working his takedown, stayed on top for most of that first round.
Derrick Lewis, who just missed that push kick, is in the red trunks. Tony Johnson Jr. is in the black trunks.
And once again, slick double leg.
See Lewis trying to shrimp, trying to move, but Johnson just literally walking him down and into better position. Now going for a crucifix, lost it. Short, sharp elbow again from the top by Johnson Jr. Jimmy, how close were you to scoring that 10-8?
I wasn't that close. He didn't do that kind of damage. You see Lewis wasn't really hurt. He didn't do a lot with his position. He was just in dominant position the whole time. I don't give a 10-8 unless somebody's really hurt, really putting the hurt on him.
Lewis throwing a big uppercut in the left hand.
And Lewis was in bad position virtually the entire round. You see not a mark on his face. I think Lewis is hurt with his leg. You see him wincing a little bit when he walks to his right. I think maybe that right hip is bothering him.
Lewis, really his only sport through college was football. When he started MMA 18 months ago, training in this sport, absolutely zero background in wrestling, boxing, or martial arts.
Well, we're seeing that more and more athletes getting into MMA. They didn't have a martial arts background. They're just generally athletic guys.
Stepping over into the full mount again is Tony Johnson Jr., an Ohio State high school wrestling champion and wrestled at Iowa State University.
Man, great explosion by Lewis. Oh, kick right to the face. Johnson, though, still pushing forward for that takedown.
Lewis told me he had kicks. Everyone says they have kicks, but I believe Lewis now.
But Johnson still driving forward.
These are two really agile, enormous heavyweights. Lewis, 6'3", weighed in at 247. Johnson Jr., 6'1", weighed in at 265.5, down from his walk-around weight of 290. When's the super heavyweight tournament, Jimmy?
When there is one, Tony Johnson will definitely have a spot.
He gets the winner of Zulazinho and Eric Butterbean Esch, I think.
I think so.
For two enormous heavyweights, this is a really, really active fight.
Very true. Both guys are trying to use their advantages. Johnson really explosive with that takedown. Lewis throwing everything he can into the strikes.
You just saw the knee on the bicep there by Johnson Jr. That's really slick, well-trained stuff. Again, the waist cinch. Straight Greco position there. Knee to the back of the thigh, another knee to the back of the thigh. Lewis has never really been in trouble, but he is being absolutely and thoroughly dominated by Tony Johnson Jr. He's just not doing anything offensively.
No, he isn't. I mean, he's exploding out of these positions when he gets the opportunity. But his offense has been lacking. That one kick was pretty much his best shot so far. If he can't create space, he's not going to win this fight.
Lewis did say that he felt that he had the much better gas tank of the two. Emphatically, he said, I train for 25-minute fights. 15 will not be a problem.
The problem is a guy as big as Tony Johnson Jr. getting on top of you, and it takes all your energy away. That guy is big, strong, heavy.
Johnson Jr. looking to change levels, looking for a single leg.
Nobody's in good shape with that guy laying on top of you.
Driving down a double leg. Lewis scrambling to his feet, can't escape. Johnson just literally wrapping up those legs, putting knee to knee. Final minute of round number 2 of this heavyweight feature fight. Lewis again holding open half guard. Lewis saying he's a striker first in MMA. He's a puncher kicker, not that comfortable on the ground. Really doing nothing there in that open half guard, Jimmy. He's never really closed guard, closed half guard.
No, he's just letting Tony Johnson move all over him, get the mount. Problem is Johnson just, you can tell, is inexperienced in this position as well. He's good at getting on top, not really good at using it. That's why we're moving into the third round.
Tony Johnson, once in Bellator's heavyweight tournament, stepping in the full mount, trying to make a big impression. Two heavyweights in this Bellator feature fight, Derrick Lewis versus Tony Johnson Jr. Call for a touch of gloves to start round 3 by referee Jorge Alonso. Jimmy, on your scorecard.
2 rounds to none, 20-18 for Tony Johnson Jr. He's dominated this fight based on his ability to take Lewis down and stay on top.
Derrick Lewis is in the red trunks. Tony Johnson Jr. is in the black trunks.
Lewis has to use those strikes in this round, score a TKO in order to win.
Couple of feints by Lewis. Johnson Jr. again getting his man down, now going for the single leg. Big shot straight to the face thrown by Lewis.
Now he's not allowed to hit the back of the head.
Johnson just scoops on that double leg. He literally just pulls the legs together.
Thing is, at the range they've been fighting, Lewis just isn't going to get off with effective strikes.
It's tough to sprawl when your knees are forced together.
Very difficult.
Again, Johnson Jr. started as MMA training 3 years ago. Can you imagine the first day at the gym? Here's an ex-Division I college wrestler who weighs 370, and they say, hey, Jimmy, go roll with that guy. Give him top position.
Using that mobility.
Nice knee by Johnson Jr. Lewis just holding the body lock, takes another knee. Lewis trying to spin out of bad position. Single leg shot there by Johnson Jr. Lewis again throwing those punches.
He's got to worry about stopping the takedown, then worry about throwing punches.
You see so much raw talent in Derrick Lewis. He's definitely agile. He has really, really good balance for a heavyweight.
But his vulnerability, his takedown defense has not been good.
So much of this sport, Jimmy, as you well know, is what you know. It's your base of knowledge. Being tough, yeah, that's great. Being an athlete, that's great, but it's what you know and how you can apply it.
I see here both of his knees on the ground, doesn't have his hips into the ground, his legs spread. That kind of sprawl, it's hard to take somebody down. Just not putting enough weight on the back of the head of Tony Johnson Jr. I mean, these strikes are, annoying, but they're not going to finish a top guy.
Warning by referee Jorge Alonso to Lewis. Punches to the back of the head. Johnson Jr. still holding the single leg. That's a nice 1-2 off of 1 foot.
Problem is he can't generate a lot of power off of 1 foot. And Lewis just doing everything he can. It's just the range has been off. Can't get any power on these punches.
Johnson Jr. doing a great job of winning this fight with position. Dominating, absolutely dominating with position. Lewis, to his credit, not going down. Throwing a lot of right hands. Again, a warning by referee Jorge Alonso. Punches to the back of the head. Lewis spins out of it.
But once again, he gets too close to Tony Johnson and almost runs right into him.
What would you be saying, Jimmy, if you were in Lewis's corner?
Get distance and throw. Make Johnson come to you. That's how you beat a wrestler. Make them come to you.
Two fighters just in front of our commentary position. Those were big hammer fists. They're reverse hammer fists thrown by Lewis.
See Johnson here trying to climb up. Minute and a half left.
Johnson Jr. just tenacious, holding those legs, now walking up the body. Lewis looking for a Kimura. He's not going to get it there, lying on his hip. Seizing wrist control, but not much on that Kimura attempt for Lewis.
I think Lewis is out of gas. Johnson easily passing guard. No real guard to pass.
Was in a position for a head and arm choke, was Johnson Jr. Let it go to put his forearm right on the cheekbone. Punches to the body, one to the head now by Johnson Jr. 15th and final minute of this heavyweight feature fight.
And right here, Tony Johnson Jr. on top, throwing little strikes. That's what we've seen most of this fight.
Still in side control is Tony Johnson Jr., putting all of his body weight on Derrick Lewis. Jorge Alonso telling the fighters to work. Johnson Jr. is working from the top. Lewis essentially just flat on his back. Closing seconds of this fight. Johnson Jr. looking for one more big shot. Lewis back to his feet. The bell, the end of the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, having gone the distance, we go to your judges' scorecards. All three judges, Rich Green, Hector Gomez, and Barry Luxembourg, score the fight the same, 29-28, all for the winner. By unanimous decision, the Hulk, Tony Johnson Jr.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Francis Ngannou. Subscribe now.